Hello everybody, it's Gaz out from Entered World, and this Trojniak is pissing me off. Started this on the 11th of September this year. The last check was the 23rd of October 21. Now, in between the time of the 16th to the 23rd, it's either gone down by 2 or hardly moved. Today, I have had to reset this because it keeps on drawing air into it. So I'm going to check the hydrometer reading. If it's still at the same as it was when I checked it on the 23rd of last month, I'm going to bottle it because it's drawing air into it. I can't think why it's doing that. It's not like it's changed temperature rapidly or anything like that, so we're possibly going to get this bottled. So first of all, I'm going to rack it off into, well no, first of all I'm going to take a hydrometer reading to see where it is, because if it hasn't changed then it's done, but I can't see why it'd be drawing air back in. Very strange indeed. And unfortunately I can't bloody try it because I'm doing a sponsored no alcohol for 1 bloody month, which is nice. I went with a bit of a dum. Now this Trojniak, Polish style of mead, uses buckwheat honey, and it gives it that absolutely lovely golden colour. I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. When it came into the actual thing, it was like black. You could not see through it. But this is really nice. And it looks like we're still quite high up on the... Yeah, it's the yeast's given up. It's still bang on 42, so that's that. It's done. So it's going to get put into this pitcher now, and then from the pitcher I will... So tempting to try it. I want to try it. Right, so yeah, I'm going to siphon this off into the, and we are going to bottle. I can't even see where the damn thing is. Don't know why my siphon does that. Is what it is. So yeah, siphon it off. I'm going to have to sterilise some bottles because I didn't do it beforehand, because I didn't want to sterilise the bottles and then end up not having to do so. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get a lot of liquid from this, to be fair, because there's like an odd layer of sediment at the bottom. I'm going to get as close to it as I can because I don't want to waste any. The honey was quite expensive actually. Now this one uses a method of 1 part honey to 2 parts water. It makes it quite strong, to be honest, but the yeast that I'd selected just obviously could not deal with it, and it's left us in a bit of a pickle really. Now I need to double check that that is not going to cause me an issue. I don't think I'm going to get any more out of that. Even if I tip it, I think it's gonna... I'm gonna try. It's kicking up all the bits. I think that's all we're getting. That's your lot. I'm going to wash that out because that's just got some big, gloopy, thick, sludgy crap in there, man. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of liquid in there as well, which I'm not happy about. So that's the bottles. It's now sterilised. I figured it out. It only went to 11.3. Now, the start gravity was off the goddamn charts. It actually went past the 120 there, and I aimed it at below 130, but I said, just to be modest, I said 130 is where it's at. So I've put the calculations in. There's still 44 points of fermentables left, sugar, and yeah, it's going to be super sweet, low ABV, I'm afraid. As where I thought it was going to go like really strong and be medium to small sweetness. But that's the way it goes. It's done because I checked it on the 23rd, it was 4.4, and I've checked it today on the 4th and it's 4.4, so it's done. It has finished and it's drawing air back in for some bizarre bloody reason. So I'm going to crack on with getting this bottled. I've only got 2 litres, 2.5 litres out of it. Roughly, give or take. There's a bit more when they're in there, but yeah. And that is that, I'm afraid. In fact, what I should have done, I should have used a bigger bottle. I'm going to sterilise a bigger bottle because that's only a 330. I need a 500 because there's 500ml and I can't flipping drink it. I've been listening to The Offspring for the last 2 days, reminiscing of being a kid. I've got the songs in my head. So I'm going to punch this round and make it feed just back into itself for now. And what that will do is make a load of mess, but it will save me struggling with one hand and the bottle wand trying to siphon this off. I want to lick my hands, but I'm not allowed. If I haven't told you already, I am doing a sponsored no alcohol for 1 month. So I can't even taste my own mead, which is tragic, isn't it? Absolute tragedy. So we're going to bottle this shit, or stuff, as I should say, as my daughter would make me say. You really shouldn't swear, Daddy. People won't follow your YouTube channel. Bless her. Yep, so 2.5 litres. A trick that I learned from City Steading is to put it into a, whatever that is, pitcher first. And that way it gives you a visual of how much you've got. So you know how many bottles you're going to need, size of bottles, etc, etc. And it allows you to siphon away from the line. Now this buckwheat honey, it had about that much of movable sediment. It had 2 layers. It had a bottom layer, which was obviously all the yeast and stuff, and then the actual honey itself had like settled down and became a different colour. Like there's tons of little floaty bits in there as well, like not even sure what those floaty bits were. But that there is my test bottle, which I will taste 6 months down the line. I shall give that a go, see where that's at, see how we are with the flavouring, and then proceed to wait another 6 months, and then after after the 6 months is gone, that's a year, and then it'll be happily mature, ready to rock and roll. Bottle sterilised, cap sterilised, done. And there you go, that's the one. Tester bottle, sorted. Now we do the litre bottles. Can you even see this? No, you can't because the angle's wrong. Really need to invest in a tripod, don't you know? So I've got some litre bottles, just some swing lids. They're just normal water bottles, to be fair. Relatively cheap. They're not ones for holding anything pressurised though, so you do have to make sure that your brew's done. And thinking about it, I just screwed up. Because I didn't mix to take out any CO2 in there. But in the same breath, I'll say I'm not worried because it was drawing oxygen, or it was drawing outside air back in. It was moving the airlock backwards. So, yeah, not too worried, really, in that respect. And hopefully this should clear out nicely, and we should have like some, I'm imagining the autumn leaf colour once it's done, settling out. I mean, it's quite dark at the moment, but I tell you what, if you get a chance to try this honey, I don't know what food you'd have it in, but I was amazed. It's like really, really, almost a slight bitterness, but then a really strong sweet. So yeah, thank you to Home Meadery who got me onto doing this recipe, shared a recipe, technique, and so on. Much obliged. I do appreciate it. Yeah. So, we are going to take this in very carefully. Oh no! No! You bastard! I don't think I'm going to be able to close that lid. Just. Oh no. I really don't want to waste this. I know it's got floaty bits whirling about in it, but I'm going to have to open this bottle again, put another cap on it, which is why you always sterilise more than you're going to need, because this shit happens. And you end up having to... See, I normally forget to sterilise something, and it's normally the bottle wand. Right, well that's that. That's going to get wasted. There's nothing I can do about it. There's not enough to put into another bottle, so that's that. It's got loads of chunks and stuff in it anyway, so it's probably not a bad thing. Oh, what a shame. Might be able to see the bits actually. Might be able to see it from the bottom. That could be better. Yeah. No, I don't know what that is. I think it's just bits of the actual honey. Because like I say, it came out and I tried pouring it. Tried pouring it in. If you've seen the video, it's quite funny because I tried pouring it in, it just went in a blob and did nothing. It was really, really thick, raw honey. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't runny honey or like that. It was just this massive blob of something. Right, so that's going to get tipped down the sink right now because I cannot drink it, which is a travesty to have to do that. But that's life. When you say you're going to do something, bloody well do it. And that's that, yeah. The Trojniak is bottled, looking pimp, and got a taster bottle for 6 months. Happy days. It didn't go out according to plan. The yeast didn't play ball, but I was using a different yeast, using Lauvin EC1118. Now, that's the first time I've used that. I think one of these has got it in. It's either the sour mead that I'm trying, random, and the Mijeux, which is a Hungarian style of mead. It's one of those has got them in. I should be able to tell you actually, because I've got my little book here. It's the sour that's got the Lauvin in. Right, okay, so yeah, that's that. It's bottled and it'll be ready within 6 months to try it. Adios.